Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Vandamoi Sabadhana Mate. Krishna Bhakti Hoya Guru Mukha Vede Gaya Dahara Charita Vede Gaya Dahara Charita Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. ki jai.
Thank you very, very, very much for being here today. And I have the privilege and honor of welcoming you to a historic occasion. It is historic because we are commencing the groundbreaking ceremony today, the Bhumi Puja, installation of Ananta Shesh Bhagavan ki. Ananta Shesh, as you know, is holding up all the universes throughout the whole creation. So one temple shouldn't be a big problem for him. Probably less than a mustard seed for him. But he has very kindly come here with blessings of Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. He has arrived here today, Ananta Shesh, and he is going to be installed in the pit there. And starting from tomorrow, we got our Project Vision team here, Amitabh ji. They are starting the construction of this land will start from tomorrow. So it's a very, very auspicious day. Thank you to all of you, and many more devotees not here have contributed to make this day a reality. And it is a very, very special day for us because for most of us, it's probably the only one time in a lifetime. Our children might see more, but definitely in our lifetime, lucky to see two temples like this. So it is a very, very special moment, and I'm glad that you all come here to commemorate and celebrate this very special day. So while I welcome all of you, I would like to specially welcome, and I'm privileged to welcome some of our very distinguished guests who I'll just call out. And Sarvatirtha Prabhu, you got the garlands for the men as I call out the names of our distinguished guests. And Sharanmukhi Mati, you got a couple of garlands for the ladies also. Yes, so first on our list, next to Srila Prabhupada, we have the oldest devotees in our yatra, the most senior devotees who are Prabhupada disciples and who have taken the trouble to come here and bless this very, very special occasion. This couple, husband and wife, they have been serving the Sydney Yatra for the longest period of time that I can think of. And they have still taken the time to come here and give blessings to our very small efforts. They have done huge amount of service to Sydney Yatra, I can't even describe. I'd like to specially welcome His Grace Pratapna Prabhu and Jai Shri Mataji. Hello! Please garland, as I call out the name, please garland each devotee. And Sharanmukhi, can you come forward now, garland Jai Shri Mataji, please? Please. Both Jai Shri Mataji and Pratapna Prabhu have done wonderful service to Sydney Yatra. Pratapna Prabhu and Jai Shri Mataji, we can never repay our debt to you. How much you've done for the Yatra. Our heart is full of gratitude and very, very thankful to what you are doing. And please continue to guide us for many years to come. Thank you. So next we have none other than our, where is our Radha Govinda Prabhu? Radha Prabhu, please come forward. Come here to the front. He is our one-stop shop for Radha Govinda temple. Right from being head pujari, book distributor, brahmachari ashram coordinator, preacher, everything. All in one. Every time I go to Radha Govinda temple, I mentally pay obeisance to him if I don't see him because the temple is there every time I go and deities are being worshipped. Very grateful to you, Prabhu, for your service. Thank you very, very much. Okay, do we have Venkat Madhav here also, our Honorable Treasurer? On the way, okay, coming later. Alright, then moving on. We got here very special personality who is a lawyer and an academic and a voice for women empowerment. She is a Liberal candidate for New South Wales Upper House in state election. Please welcome Pallavi Sinha. Thank you, Pallavi. It is so nice to have representatives of our government. In the olden days, the king and queen would come. So now we got Pallavi instead. Heads of state and rulers of the country. Yes. And we have another very distinguished guest who is the National Vice President of the Hindu Council of Australia, who has been a personal friend for nearly at least 20 years, right? We have known each other. Please welcome Mr. Surinder Jain. He is the National Vice President of the Hindu Council of Australia. Iskcon and Hindu Council Australia have long relationships all over the decades. Thank you so much for coming here today, Prabhu, making this very auspicious. And not only that, we also have the Council of Strathfield, who's travelled all the way here to bless us, Mr. Raj Datta. Please welcome Mr. Raj Datta. Is Mr. Jairam Guruswamy here? Do we have Suresh Katwa? Suresh Katwa? No. Okay, I've left the last for the best. So today we are standing here with this permission to build a construction certificate achieved in record 2 months' time. Just on Friday, I'm sorry I stole the thunder, Amitabh, but Amitabh, please come forward. Where is Amitabh? Amitabh is right here, okay. So he is from Project Vision, he is the co-owner of Project Vision, director. And in 2 months' time, they did all the work required to start construction. So very, very thankful to Amitabh Prabhu for your team and what wonderful service you have done. Amitabh and his partner Branko are the ones who worked on it. You will do a presentation shortly and give us an update. But please have a seat, and thank you so much for being with us today with your family. Your wife is also here, and mom also. That's not anybody? Mother is here. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Amitabh. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Use the other small camera to take the. That is more important.
Hare Krishna.
We have a short message from Michelle Rowland MP, Shadow Minister.
Thank you for inviting me here this afternoon or this morning to be a part of this very auspicious event. I know that Srila Prabhupada will be very pleased whenever there is an expansion of the preaching, whenever there's construction of new initiatives and temples. Prabhupada is extremely pleased, and we all know that to make spiritual advancement we have to please Srila Prabhupada. So I know that he is very pleased, and so everybody here, this is a very auspicious day, bringing Krishna consciousness directly in the form of a temple to northwest Sydney, where there's maybe 1.5 million people that will be exposed to Krishna consciousness through this temple. So I'd like to thank Vijay Gopikesh and his team for their amazing dedication to make this a reality against all odds. And I don't know how he does it. He's like a Superman, but he doesn't wear a Superman outfit. But I think behind that dhoti and kurta, if you strip that off, you'll see the Superman outfit with cape. Because what he does is actually unbelievable and beyond human ability. So thank you very much, Vijay Gopikesh, for your dedication. And his team, of course. So, this program or this project was envisaged maybe around about 8 years, was it, Vijay? 10 years ago. And then 4 years ago, they finally found a plot of land, which is this place. And then for the last 4 or 5 years, there's been so much struggle to manifest this dream with dealing with councils and all that goes with that. And so thank you very much, Vijay, and your team for all your wonderful hard work. So I'm not going to go on further, but thank you very much. And this is a very auspicious day, and I feel that everybody here today is going to be blessed by Srila Prabhupada and Krishna for all your support, enthusiasm, and encouragement for this program. And when the temple is finally manifested, I'm sure that you'll all become an integral part of this new Krishna conscious community in the Greater West of Sydney. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for coming for this once in a lifetime event, as Hkccc Prabhu told us. Usually for any project, let alone a project of this magnificent size, usually there is an idea that gets conceived in certain individual or a group of individuals' mind, and then it goes to their heart. It becomes their life and soul. They emote with it. They feel so much connected to that. And then from their heart it then gets transformed. Could be in a paper, could be in a software design, and from there we then see the tangible manifestation of such a plan. So I think we have gone past the second stage. All that is missing is just the third stage. So, and in order for us to take that idea from a piece of paper to make it as a physical manifestation, we all need the wonderful support of all our donors. We have done 19 dinners so far, and the support we have been getting from devotees across the entire Sydney Yatra has been phenomenal. Usually any temple, Prabhupada said it should become a need of a community. So that's when the project was conceived 10 years ago. Slowly we realized the need for actually having a community around this area, and we saw many devotees buying their houses in nearby area. As Pratapana Prabhu said, there are about 1.5 million people in this locality. Slowly we can see the message of this wonderful project being shared in every media, in every community also, we can see. So from a time where it becomes a need of a community for it to actually become a tangible project, there is a gap. Obviously there is a certain amount of time that's involved. So I just want to request this wonderful group of devotees to please take this message, share it with as many people as possible, so that as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, just like how he built the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip, he used to go door to door collecting just $1 from everyone. He wanted to bring the entire people, entire community of Bengal to come and participate in whatever little way, shape, form they can. So similarly, we can also take this wonderful opportunity to share this message with everyone and bring everyone to be part of this wonderful project. As His Grace Pratapana Prabhu said, whenever Prabhupada sees any temple conquered, whenever Prabhupada says, when a center is open, Prabhupada says, I feel that I've conquered. That's the exact words which Prabhupada used to say. Sydney is such a big place, such a spread out place. Especially in this northwest region, there is such a huge community, there is such a huge potential for us to share this spiritual culture. So if we keep working together, keeping this one vision in mind, keeping all our activities, our dedication towards fulfilling the project of Sri Sri Radha Govinda Ji Mandir, then definitely we can take this as a big success in our life. As His Grace Hkccc Prabhu said, projects like this we don't get to see very often. For many of us, this may be once in a lifetime opportunity. So we can only congratulate ourselves, we can only feel fortunate ourselves to be part of this wonderful moment, to be part of this wonderful project, and to be part of this wonderful team of devotees whose dream would soon become a reality. Thank you very much for taking your time to come here, and we request you to continue your wonderful support in making this dream of Srila Prabhupada a reality. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for inviting me here today. I feel very blessed to be here for this Bhumi Puja and very fortunate to be amongst all of you. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you to all those who are attending here today. So as was mentioned, my name is Pallavi Sinha, and I was actually born and raised in Sydney, Australia. But I feel very, very proud to be an Australian of Indian origin. It is a great spiritual heritage that we are a part of, or we have chosen to become a part of by becoming involved in a spiritual journey. Myself, I've also personally travelled to India. Although I was born and raised here, I've always had a very strong interest in India, and I've stayed in ashrams. I've visited the Iskcon temple in India, also in North Sydney. I think Sri Radha Ji is here. She knows I visited her recently. I've had actually a bit of a spiritual journey during the campaign trail. I've been to temples all over New South Wales, but I'm so especially happy today to come to the northwest of Sydney. As was mentioned earlier, 1.5 million people this Hare Krishna Community and Cultural Centre can serve. I'm so pleased that the mammoth efforts of all those who are involved in taking this initiative on. I heard that it was 8 to 10 years ago in planning, and then 4 years ago you found the land, and now you have created this fantastic thing. So please give yourselves a round of applause. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations again, and also to the persons who are involved. Project Vision. I actually know Amitabh Swamiji. I didn't know that he was involved with this, but very pleased to know that you're also involved with the project. And I don't want to take up too much of our time. We're really here to seek the blessings of Swami Prabhupada Ji and really enjoy this new adventure that's being embarked upon of having this spiritual Hare Krishna Community and Cultural Centre. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak and for inviting me here today. Hare Krishna.
When I came to Australia about 40 years ago, I was told I'm going to a land where it will be very difficult for me to live. There will be no vegetarian food, there will be no temples, nothing. On second day in my job, I saw a Kirtan Toli in city, and after that I felt very much at home. Thank you, Prabhupada, for having, Prabhupada probably knew that a large number of his devotees are going to come to Australia, and he had already arranged a welcome place for us and a welcome party for us. Thank you. Most of us at the age when Prabhupada started his mission to the West, we kind of give up. We say we have done enough. I'm not going to do any more, now it's time for me to rest. But he was a man who started a mission that was mission impossible at that time. India had been plundered with the power of a sword for 800 years. Anything to do with Hinduism, with its culture, was frowned upon and sometimes violently violated. Then we had 200 years of domination by a country which is trying to determine whether it's European or not. And I refer to Britain. All the wealth of India was sucked out, and there was a cultural subjugation that anything Indian is inferior, anything Western is much better. It's during those circumstances a man rose and said, I will spread my knowledge to the West. And he did a wonderful job of that. Thank you, Prabhupada, for that. I represent Hindu Council of Australia. It's a federation of Hindu associations and represents Hindu issues in all spheres. We have a Hindu chaplaincy project where we go to hospitals and universities and help people who need spiritual guidance. We have a Hindu benevolent fund which helps people in crisis. Just 2 weeks ago, we supported an old mother who was dying with cancer and paid for the funeral expenses. We have a karma kitchen that feeds homeless people every Saturday in Parramatta. we have we reach out to university students, those who come to, mostly those who come from overseas and are kind of lost as to where they are. We coordinate with the government any issues that affects all of us, like visa for priests, and so many other issues. Recently there was a case in Western Australia where a Hindu student studying in a Catholic school had to hide her Hindu identity, and we fought for that. We support Hindu women we have instituted a Gargi Women Award that's given to women who are exceptional in their area and who are a good role model for Hindu girls growing up in Australia. We work for Hindu youth. They participate in various interfaith forums. We encourage Hindu arts. Last year we did our first Hindu arts exhibition. We identified about 28 great artists who didn't know existed among us. We work with the groups on the environment, and we explain to them the Hindu view of environment and how we have a philosophy and a way of living that can sustain us. We meet in interfaith forums with other religious groups and try to establish harmony. We also have a walkathon to various temples. There's a short walk and a long walk. You can go from one temple to another as a pilgrim. We also celebrate the Yoga Day, and of course we also celebrate various festivals. We teach Hinduism in schools. At present, only 2% of Hindu students are covered. We need a lot of volunteer teachers. So if any one of you has spare time during daytime, can go to a school and teach, please do contact us. Thank you.
Saying we've been discussing for about a month, and we finally were appointed to what I thought was an impossible situation. The DA was expiring on the 17th of April, and it was 21st from memory, January, and I think 23rd is actual day. Prabhu there will remember the date better than me. I think 23rd, doesn't matter. So we started on that day with a clear disclaimer that please don't think that if we don't succeed, it's our fault. Because the immense amount of issues that we had to overcome. But like I said, this is the first time in my life the slope has come true. So we've I'll be talking to you on mainly 4 headings with current status, where we are today, what is the future milestone, and design issues, and finally the cost. It's obviously a large temple. The person who delivered this is not me. The person who delivered this, with the grace of God, is Branko Poljak, who is not here right now. He was the guy, like literally the guy who brought this from a impossible situation. I don't know how he managed it. So how do I control this?
Yeah,
You are the control. It's a vocal control. Next slide, please. So these are the headings I've got: current status, future milestones, design issues, and costs. So where we go is the next slide, on which. So current status is we have got the construction certificate issued. Now, to people who know, and those who do not know what construction certificate means, is that it gives us the authority to start building. Without that, you cannot build. We got this on 29th, on Friday, and that means now we can start the construction. We have agreed the scope of work with the PCA. PCA is a person who signs off what construction has to be done. So they have given us a list of works that need to be done before the DA expires, which is on 17th of April. So you've got that agreed scope. So at the moment, actually construction works have started. That the Bhumi Puja is an official digging which you're not allowed to do till you're at the CC. And surveying and all has been done, and you'll see some pink stakes on which you might trip. That's where the foundation goes. So please avoid and don't trip on them. They're quite obvious pink. We should, on the 8th of April, we should start getting concrete on site, which is the primary focus. And then once the DA is preserved, it's for eternity. So then we can take our time, though I don't think we should, but we can take our time to build and make any changes. So next slide will tell us this was our promise on the February 23rd dinner. Appointment of PCA, finalize the scope of CC, consultant coordination meetings, consultant drawings. We had none of this done at that time. Paying the council fees, approval of PCA. The next slide will show us that that's it, it was achieved. All of those were achieved. So we're doing great work. So going now to the real future milestones now. So we want to preserve the DA by the 17th of April. The 17th of April is the date when the DA expires. It's been 5 years, so we got the last 2 months of the 5 years to get this done, and lucky. So we need the council to be notified that we have preserved the DA. We need the surveyors complete work done. We were talking of getting a fence boundary. Water is already on site, and foundation works complete, partial foundation, because and then the next is the 15th of June is when we want to take a break and decide what is the final scope of the next stage, which is the next slide, starting where we got the final design. Because as you can imagine, once a project is going on for 5 years, the teams change, the priorities change, the focuses change, right? So now we can't change it. Changing on a piece of paper is very, very simple, very easy, not that costly. Changing something on the ground is going to be very costly, obviously. So we want to finalize that the current design that we have got, everyone is happy with it. We have given a design submitted to the design team in February. But obviously this was the focus. So now hopefully by June, around that time we'll get what we want and whether we can deliver that in the current format of the DA, or do we need to go back to the council. So the analyzing the full design brief and all is going through right now. And the section 96 means it's another step going to the council and getting another approval process through, which can take time, but you have to weigh against the time and the benefit of the design. Next, going to the next one. So these are the slides we are repeating from the February presentation. Basically, we are hoping that we have the stage 1 completed by 2021. I've given the basic idea of what the stage 1 is, which is assuming obviously continuous works. So we complete minimum for IOC. IOC is an intermediate occupation certificate, which will let us use the site as formally. With the lower ground floor of the building will be complete. Operational kitchen is there. Courtyard partially complete. So this is just a guess at the moment. We'll be finalizing the full scope within hopefully by June. Completion stage 2, which is pretty much the end of the DA and everything that we have got currently. We are hoping Janmashtami of 2023. It's literally God was. So next is the design issues, and we're talking on the design issues, and just to make it clear that at every stage there's a different priority of work, because when you're building right in the start in the designing, you have to think the whole project through at a very high level. When you're starting to look at the end of the job, at that time locksmith is most important, because we go through. So what we're going through right now is analyzing the full design, making sure it is still fit on purpose, what is required, and whether the knowledge, with the whole team together. The team is doing extremely hard work to get this through. So we're very grateful that we got a client who is so focused to get things done. The current design unfortunately does not respond fully to the brief that I think we've got. There are expansion and future flexibility which are quite restricted. In this sort of case, it will be good to have that flexibility. We have presented the design, we will look through, but one more thing is also we need to ensure that we got acoustic compliances. So the sound here has been quite a major thing, though maybe we can overcome that with the council, given the location is, except for that, there's not too much residences around, so it should be okay. The other design issues we got is council issues. Council has been draconian on this one, as councils do. But they've got issues in stormwater, sewer, which we need to resolve because some of it is almost unbuildable. The next one is the structural design again. The current structural design again was just passed for passing the council. It's quite expensive. We have to go down, just to give an idea, we have to go down 13 meters from this level to reach the foundation. 13 meters in about 5-story building. We have to go down to found a 2-story building because of the soil. Now, we are looking into it, trying to reduce it, talking to the structural engineers and making sure that we are not over designing. There's about, I think if we can manage it, there's a saving of close to $50,000 to $60,000 just on the foundation itself. So that'll be like what we're trying to do. So the costs. Sorry, I forgot this one. Transport again, Windsor has grown from what it was 5 years back to now. RMS is getting quite strict. We are trying to negotiate with RMS and coming across an easier solution and see how we go. We have submitted the initial design to the RMS. Haven't heard back as yet. But it is not stopping the job at the moment, and hopefully we'll get the correct answer through. So the predicted cost in February, when we had the fundraising on 23rd, we said that we'll be needing about $300,000 to get to the certificate stage, and construction to preserve us another $300,000. That was the breakup. That's what we thought we'll be getting to. And the next slide will show us what we achieved. So we got it in about 180,000. We got the drawings done and the certificate done. And the construction is only 45,000. So we've been able to count again, because some of this work may be abortive, given the time it has gone through. So instead of spending 600,000, we ended up somewhere close to 220. So this is what we do well. We are good in saving money when the project is going through, because we are designers, we are I'm an architect by profession, we are licensed builders, and we are project managers. So it's easy for us to understand the whole project in one hit. Now the next stage of the cost is we're still sticking to the same numbers what we had. This is based on the 2014 estimate. We haven't gone through much in detail. So stage 1 is about 4 million, and the next stage is about 4.5. We will be looking at the estimates once we finalize the scope. I hope I'm not boring you with all this. It's quite a long thing, but this is important. We need this, because I think to get the temple through, Vijay Prabhu will go through the next one. So in pure summary, so current status, we have got the construction certificate, which is absolutely a miracle. And construction has actually started on site in terms of on paper. But today, after the Bhumi Puja, we'll be booking in the concrete trucks, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be seeing machines going through. Future milestone, we need to preserve the DA on the 17th. The completion of stage 1 hopefully is Janmashtami, so we'll have a big celebration here in Janmashtami 2021 with the Lord's blessing. And hopefully Janmashtami 2023 is also going to be celebrated at full house. And I remember you said both the dates are very auspicious dates, which I didn't know whenever in that. Even April the 17th and all these 8 days are got some.
It's the April 17th, according to this year's function, is when Lord Rama and Mother Sita's marriage was fixed by Dashratha and Janaka. And right now the Bharat, or the marriage procession, actually arrived from Ayodhya to Mithila. So it's a very auspicious time all throughout. Very auspicious.
There you go. So I always just look, dates or divine, I don't know, whichever, we'll just take the divine for the moment. And the last part is, so again, the summary, in architecture, design, council, RMS, structural, transport, all this has to be looked into. and stage 1, stage 2 will be 4 and 4.5 million. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to serve this community. Thank you.
Congregation members actually wrote this off, but due to his persistence, we are here where we are. So thank you, Prabhu. I'm sure everyone appreciates your selfless and selfless service towards this project. In terms of obviously, Amitabh, you mentioned about the cost. Without your donations, we can't get to where we are, and without your donations, we won't get to where we want to be. So if we want to celebrate our Janmashtami 2021 in this site here, in this temple, which is going to be created, we all should be contributing towards it. In terms, Ghanshyam Prabhu said that you get something in head, your mind, then it goes to your heart. I guess financially as well, we think when there's a project like this, we put it in our head, in our mind, saying that I want to contribute. Then it goes to your heart. But now it's the time for us to actually put that mind and heart into action by, donating generously for all our future dinners. So far, we've done 18 dinners, and you all have kindly pledged roughly around $2.9 million. So thank you very much, out of which we roughly realized $2 million. So what that literally means is, and I'm sure Vijay Gopikesh Prabhu would have alluded to that, this land that we are sitting on right now, what we're going to do is literally paid off. So anything that you contribute from here on would get our structure through. So we generously look forward for your generous donations. The first stage is $4 million, and whoever has built houses in Australia, we know whatever it takes us to build a structure, it literally takes us part of that also to build interiors, and we want our temple to look the best, right? Is there anyone in this setup here who doesn't want the temple to look the best? No one. So I think we should donate generously, and that's the key message. And we want this. So the next milestone, obviously the biggest milestone, is 2021, which is June. Just on a financial side, the donations that you would give are tax deductible. So what that means is anywhere from 20% to 45-47%, you'll get it back from our good old Australian taxation office. So please contribute generously, and we'll look forward to being in this temple in June, July 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu, for that update.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to this very auspicious occasion. This is the Bhumi Puja and Shila Nyasa. So, first of all, we are invoking Mother Earth, and we are requesting her forgiveness for the work of construction that is about to start, and for the digging and other himsa that will take place. And then we're going to perform the invocation of Lord Vishwaksena for the removal of all obstacles. Thereafter, we're going to do a purification ceremony, and then we're going to do a homa which is a fire offering. And then after that, we're going to do the installation of Hkccc in the foundation.
I'll give you the vouchers. Is that okay?
Shuklam Bharadam Vishnum Shivanam Shivadbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyaye Sarvadhignopashantaye Yasyat Vinada Bhaktradhya Parishadhya Parashadam Nirvam Nirvam Sadam Vishwaksedam Namashraye Ajamya Prananayamya Deshakalo Bhuvah Purvavastu Varavo Om Om Shri Govinda 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 Hkccc Hkccc Bhagavatah Mahapurushasya Sri Mahavishnorajñya Pravartamanasya Adya Brahmana Dviya Paratre Saptamena Sri Sridharahakalve Vaivasvatamantare Ashtavinshakame Chaturayuge Kaloye Pradamapade Jambudvipe Bharatavarishe Hiranmayakande Meroh Agne Dhane Jagate Kasminnevastamana Vyavaharika Navavadi Shishti Samvattaranam Madhye Sri Vilampiramasasya Falgunamase Krishnabhakte Ekadasyam Shubhadam Bhanuvasarayuktaya Shravananakshatrayuktaya Sri Vishnuyoga Sri Vishnukarana Evam Gunavisheshanavishaya Hasyam Ekadasyam Shubhadito Sri Bhagavadagya Bhagavat Kaikya Rupena Gotro Dosya Ganesh Namadesya Diva Namyani Dambakyo Sakurma Sadhyana Agastya Gotro Dosya Arjuna Namadesya Dharubhatya Marisha Namyani Dambakyo Agastya Gotro Dosya Arvind Dharma Nitika Namyayo Dampatyo Avyo Saguramasatyanam Sarvesham Ijamananam Nitya Saubhagya Siddhyardham Yedade Stale Nirmaniyamanasya Sri Radha Krishna Divya Alaya Avivutyartham Avignena Bhudevyaha Anagriyena Edastale Avignena Nutana Divya Alaya Nirmarata Prapchyardham Sri Bhuvaraha Paripurna Mcgraths Siddhyardham Sakala Shubha Tanmangala Prapchyardham Kshema Vivutyardham Samasta Sammangala Prapchyardham Bhuvaraha Paripurna Mcgraths Siddhyardham Prityardham Shantyardham Samasta Sammangala Prapchyardham Uttarattara Vivutyardham Cha Karishyamansya Silanyasa Bhumi Puja Karmahangam Nirvignena Prasamahaptyardham Adho Sri Vishwaksena Aradhanam Ahamadhya Karishye Apavupasprasya Divyakaram Sarohayaksham Sankachakradharam Mukundadvarnilayam Vishwaksenam Tamasraye Om Bhuhu Vishwaksenamavagayami Om Bhuvaha Vidropashmanamavagayami Om Subha Vishwaksenamavagayami Srimade Vishwaksenaya Namaha Dhyayami Avagayami Srimade Vishwaksenaya Namaha Ratnasimhasanam Samarpayami Padayoho Pajyam Samarpayami Hastayoho Argyam Samarpayami Mukhe Ajamanam Samarpayami Snanam Samarpayami Snananantaram Shuddhajamaniyam Samarpayami Vastram Uttariya Abharadam Akshatam Samarpayami Divya Parivara Surandham Dharayami गन्धद्वारान्दुरादर्शामिच्छमिष्ठां करीशिनीम् ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां नमाम्यो वर्पये प्रियं गन्धस्योपरि हरिद्राकुङ्कुमं तस्योपरि अक्षरान् समर्पयामि पुष्पमालिकान् समर्पयामि पुष्पै पूजयामि ॐ केशवाय नमः ॐ नारायणाय नमः ॐ माधवाय नमः ॐ गोविन्दाय नमः ॐ विष्णवे नमः ॐ मधुसूदनाय नमः ॐ त्रिविक्रमाय नमः ॐ वामनाय नमः ॐ श्रीधराय नमः ॐ ऋषिकेशाय नमः ॐ पद्मनाभाय नमः ॐ दामोदराय नमः ॐ सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः नानाविध दिव्य परिमल सुपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि दशांगं तुकुलोपेतं सुगन्धं सुमनोहरम् आग्नेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा अपानाय स्वाहा ॐ ज्ञानाय स्वाहा ॐ दानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मण्वात्मा अमृतत्वाय सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः नानाविधपक्वफलानि निवेदयामि निवेदनानन्तरं शुद्धाचमनीयं समर्पयामि ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि समस्त राजोपचार पूजा समर्पयामि संयुक्तं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृह्यताम् सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः आनन्दनीराजनं संदर्शयामि ॐ शुक्लां भरदं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्ताये योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमालाभवां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति दिव्याकारं सरोजाक्षं शङ्खचक्रगदाधरं मुकुन्दद्वारनिलयं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं च मुपदे यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तुते सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः वेदोक्तदिव्य मन्त्रपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि अनया दिव्य मन्त्रपुष्पार्चनपूजया च भगवान् सर्वात्मकः श्रीविश्वक्सेनः सुप्रीतः सुप्रसन्नो वरदो भवतु ॐ पूर्वप्रतिष्ठाविदकुम्भे इमं मे वर्णस्य देवमध्यायमयत्वा अवस्त्रादिके तत्तायामि ब्रह्मणा वन्दमानः तेजमानो भविते अगेडमानो वर्णेहतो निर्णयस्तमानायुक्तमोणे अस्मिन् पूर्वप्रतिष्ठाविदकुम्भे सकलतीर्थाधिपतिं वर्णान्तर्यामिनं भगवन्तं श्री पुण्डरीकाक्षं ध्यायामि वर्णाय नमः वर्णमावाहयामि ॐ सहस्रशीर्षा सहस्राक्षसहस्रपाद सभूमिं विश्वतो मृत्वा अत्यविष्टदशाङ्गलं हिरण्यवर्णां परिणीं सुवर्णरजस्रया चन्द्रामिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः भूमिर्भूम्ना ज्योर्वहिमा अन्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थे देवदेव्यमन्नादमन्नाध्यायादे नीलां देवीं शतमहं प्रपद्ये सुरतरसे नमः श्रीभूनीलानायिका समेत श्री श्रीमन्नारायणाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि अस्मिन् खनित्रे प्रोढावतार भूम्याप्ति हिरण्याक्षवदोचिता सरिदत्तगणेस्मिन् लोकानां क्षेमये तवे अस्मिन् खनित्रे श्रीभूवराहाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ नन्दाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ भद्राय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ जयाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ रिक्ताय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ पूर्णाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ मा अनन्ताय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि अस्मिन् कुम्भे सपरिवाराय सूत्रवती समेताय श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ सुदर्शनाहेकराजाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ पर्जन्याय शङ्खाधिपतये नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ भौमोदके जटाधिपतये नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ श्री शार्ङ्गाय शापाधिपतये ॐ हन्तकाय खड्गाधिपतये नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ अनन्ताय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ क्षिपवों स्वाहा अक्षिराजाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ आवाहन्ताय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ पद्माय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ मुसलाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ सकल विष्णुपादेभ्यो नमो नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ वास्तोस्वरे प्रजानि जन्मास्वादेषु अनमीव भवानः यत्ते महे प्रेतन्नो निजस्व चन्द्रये निवरे चन्द्रत्वरे ॐ श्री वास्तुपुरुषाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ आवाहिताभ्यो सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः समस्त परिवाराय सर्वदिवमङ्गलविग्रहाय श्रीमते नारायणाय नमः आवाहिता भव स्थापिता भवता संहिता भवता संबुद्धा भवता प्रसीदता स्वामिनः सर्वजगन्नाथाः यावत् पूजासाधकं तावत् भावेन कुम्भेऽस्मिन् आस्थिरासु सन्निधिं कुरुता ॐ अस्मिन् खनित्रे सन्निधिं कुरुता आवाहिताभ्यो सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः रत्नसिंहासनं समर्पयामि पादयोः आर्घ्यं समर्पयामि हस्तयोः अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मुखे आचरणीयं समर्पयामि स्नानं समर्पयामि स्नानानन्तरं शुद्ध आचरणीयं समर्पयामि वस्त्र उत्तरीय आभरणादमक्षतां समर्पयामि यज्ञोपवीत आभरणादमक्षतां समर्पयामि दिव्यश्रीगन्धां धारयामि गन्धस्योपरि हरिद्राकुङ्कुमं समर्पयामि तस्योपरि अक्षतां समर्पयामि पुष्पमालिकां समर्पयामि पुष्पे पूजयामि ॐ केशवाय नमः ॐ नारायणाय नमः ॐ माधवाय नमः ॐ गोविन्दाय नमः ॐ विष्णवे नमः ॐ मधुसूदनाय नमः ॐ त्रिविक्रमाय नमः ॐ वामनाय नमः ॐ श्रीधराय नमः ॐ ऋषिकेशाय नमः ॐ पद्मनाभाय नमः ॐ दामोदराय नमः ॐ वासुदेवाय नमः ॐ संकर्षणाय नमः ॐ प्रद्युम्नाय नमः ॐ प्रवृद्धाय नमः ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः ॐ लोक्षजाय नमः ॐ नारसिंहाय नमः ॐ अच्युताय नमः ॐ जनार्दनाय नमः ॐ वीरेन्द्राय नमः ॐ हरये नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः ॐ श्रीदेव्यै नमः ॐ श्रीभूदेव्यै नमः ॐ श्रीलीलादेव्यै नमः ॐ सकल विष्णुपादेभ्यो नमो नमः समस्त परिवाराय सर्वदिवमङ्गलविग्रहाय श्रीमते नारायणाय नमः नानाविध दिव्य परिमल सुपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि यदांग कुकुलोभेदं सुगन्धं सुमनोहरम् आश्रेयस्वदेवानां रूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम्
ॐ सायं समर्पि संयुक्तं वाहिनायोजितं मया
सुदेवानन्दं प्रसादनीयं समर्पयामि ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ आनाय स्वाहा ॐ यानाय स्वाहा ॐ गानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ॐ सर्वं भूरिभुवराहाय नमः ॐ आवाहिताभ्यो सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः नानाविध पक्वफलानि निवेदयामि निवेदनानन्तरं शुद्धाजमनीयं समर्पयामि ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि
फलं महावीर्यं नागदन्तदेहितं संयुक्तं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृह्यताम् सर्वाभिदेवताभ्यो नमो नमः ताम्बूलं सुवर्णपत्रसहितं समर्पयामि
ॐ सम्राजाधिराजाय प्रसन्नशायिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समेतामां कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणाय कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः कर्मणः ॐ तदिक्राविन्नो अकार्यं विष्णोरस्वस्य वाजिनः सुरविनो मखाकरति प्रणायोगुं चितार्षते आपोहिष्टामयोगुभस्मानभूजेन्द्राः हरेण यचक्षसे योगस्यवतमोरसः तस्य भार्ये तेनः कुशलीरिवमातरः तस्मारङ्गमापोयस्य क्षयायन्वदः आपोजने राजनः हिरण्यवर्णासुजयं पादकारः यासु जातकस्य भोयास्विन्द्रः अग्नियागर्भन्ते विरूपास्थानापश्यकृष्यो न भवन्तु या सागुं राजावर्णो यातिमध्ये शान्ते औपस्तञ्जनानां मधुस्तु जसुजोया पावकास्थानापश्यकृष्यो न भवन्तु या सां देवादिविगृह्णन्ति भक्षं या अन्तरिक्षे रोधावन्ति या पृथ्वीं वै सोम्नन्ति शुक्रास्थानापश्यकृष्यो न भवन्तु दिवेन माचक्षुषा पश्यतावस्तिवया तनुवोपस्तु दुर्भजन्मे सर्वामुपस्मीगुं पृथ्वीर्वे भूमैवत्योपलमो दुर्दत्ता होमानस्सुवर्जनः पवित्रेण विजयने यक्कोदासुरनासुना पुनन्तु मा देवजनाः पुनन्तु मनबोधिया पुनन्तु विश्वायवः जानवेद पवित्रवदे पवित्रेण गुणायिमा शुक्रेण देवदीर्यते अग्ने कृत्वा पुनन्तु पुनरणो यजते पवित्रमध्यति अग्ने कृतमङ्गलः ब्रह्मतेन मुनिमहे उभाभ्यां येव सवितः पवित्रेण सवेन च इदं ब्रह्म मुनिमहे पापमागीरध्येति ऋषिभिः संवृतमृतम् तस्मै सरस्वती द्वे शीलकं सत्पिन्वदूतकम् आवमानी स्वस्तयनीः सुदुःखायैकयत्पदैः ऋषिभिः संवृतोरसः ब्राह्मणे श्रमदगुंविदम् आवमानी दिशन्तु नः इमं लोकतो कामान् समन्वयन्तु नः देवैः समाहिताः आवमानी स्वस्तयनीः सुदुःखायैकयत्पदैः ऋषिभिः संवृतोरसः ब्राह्मणे श्रमदगुंविदम् आवमानी दिशन्तु नः इमं लोकमलोकमम् कामान् समन्वयन्तु नः देवैः समाहिताः आवमानी स्वस्तयनीः सुदुःखायैकयत्पदैः ऋषिभिः संवृतोरसः ब्राह्मणे श्रमदगुंविदम् येन देवा पवित्रेण आत्मानं प्रदेशदाः तेन सहस्रधारेण पावमान्यत्पुनन्तु कायापत्यं पवित्रं चतुरोऽध्यामगं हिरण्मयं तेन ब्रह्मविदो वयं भूतं ब्रह्म पुनीमहे इन्द्रस्तु निधिस्तहमा पुनादो सोमस्वस्य वर्णस्तमीत्याः यमो राजाः प्रपुनाभिपुनादुमा यादवेदा मोक्षयन्त्या पुनादु ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः ॐ वास्तोष्पदे दृशानि यस्मात्माभिषु अननीवो भवानः यत्रे महे प्रहितं नोषस्पश्यन्न ये विद्धिपदे शब्दयुष्पदे वास्तोष्पदे शक्मया सगुं सदादे सक्षेमैरन्भयागातुमत्याः आभाक्षेमुदयो देवरन्नो यूयं पादस्वस्तविस्तदानः वास्तोष्पदे प्रतनोनये दिगो विरस्ते इन्दो अजरासस्ते सख्ये स्यावृते पुत्रा प्रजमविशस्त्र अमीभावास्तोष्पदे विश्वारूपाण्याभिषन् सखासु सेवहेनिनः सुभगुं शिवं शिवगुं शिवम् तारात् वायुरजायत ॐ ब्रह्मग्नये नमः भूतवस्वरोऽग्निं प्रतिष्ठाप्याग्निमित्वा अग्निं प्रज्वाल्य साक्षोऽयं विधाय ॐ चत्वारशृङ्गाः त्रयोस्य पादात् शीर्षे तत्रास्तासु अस्य विदावद्धो नवोरोरवीरिमो देवो वन्द्यागुमवेद केशैरेव पुरुषो सर्वाः भूवो हि जानस्सर्गत्वे अन्दस्य विजायमानः श्रीष्यमानप्रत्यन्मुखात्तिष्ठविपदोतः सान्मुखो देवैर्यज्ञे ममनुगोभ्वा अग्निं प्राप्य साक्षोऽयं निधाय प्रोक्षण्यां जलमुद्धृत्य प्रोक्षणीपात्रं दक्षिणतो निधाय नीतापात्रम् उत्तरतो निधाय आज्यस्तायाज्यं पात्रं पुरतो निधाय आज्यमाभूय ॐ प्रणवेन आज्यमाभूय गर्भसकलं विसृज्य आग्नो परिदभ्य रायग्रमग्नो प्रहरति उदीतो अङ्गाराणि रूप्य केष्वधिसिद्ध्य परिजित्य कृत्यूय गर्भसकलं विसृज्य रागमग्नो प्रहरि उष्णोदकेन शुश्रुवो प्रक्षाल्य मूलं मूलेन मध्यं मध्येन अग्रम् अग्रेण उदित्य अग्नो प्रैतप्य प्रोक्ष निधाय पुनः प्रोक्ष प्रैतप्य निधाय अल्पाग्नि चक्रस्याग्नो प्रहरि कामुको देव हे अग्ने मम अभिमुखो भव अग्निलङ्करणम् ॐ इन्द्राय नमः ॐ अग्नये नमः ॐ यमाय नमः ॐ विवृतये नमः ॐ वरुणाय नमः ॐ वायवे नमः ॐ सोमाय नमः ॐ ईशानाय नमः ॐ अग्नये नमः ॐ आत्मने नमः सर्वेभ्यो श्रीवैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अग्रे अनुमन्यस्व अनुमते अनुमन्यस्व सरस्वते अनुमन्यस्व देवसविता प्रसूव श्रीण आज्यमाधाय नैऋत्यादि ईशानान्तं प्रजापतये स्वाहा प्रजापतेर्नमः वायुव्या आग्नेयान्तम् इंद्राय स्वाहा इंद्राय नमः मध्ये ओमाय स्वाहा सोमाय नमः अग्नये स्वाहा अग्नये नमः सोमाय स्वाहा सोमाय नमः अग्नये स्वाहा अग्नये नमः ओम भू स्वाहा अग्नये नमः ओम भुव स्वाहा वायवे नमः ओम सुर स्वाहा सूर्याय नमः अस्मिन् होमकर्मणि होमकर्मणि आरम्भ प्रविदे तक्षण पर्यन्तं मध्ये संभाव्य समस्तोषप्रायचित्तान्तं सर्वप्रायचित्तां ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा प्रजापतेर् नमः उदे अन्नमध्यस्थाः अन्वदे अन्नमध्यस्थाः सरस्वते नमध्यस्थाः देवसविधा रासारी
देवाय यज्ञं तन्दानाः अवध्रन् पुरुषं पशुं स्वाहा तं यज्ञं बहिः प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जागमग्रतः तेन देवाय यजन्त साध्या ऋषयसे स्वाहा तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वभूतः सम्प्रतं मृषाज्यं ऋषोश्चाश्चक्रे वायव्याय आर्यान् ग्राम्याशये स्वाहा तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वभूतः समानि जग्रे छन्दाकुं जग्रे तस्मात् यजुतस्मादजायत स्वाहा तस्मादस्मादजायन्त एतेषो भयादतः गावो हजग्रे तस्मात् जाता जावय विधाय कल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहो कामोरुपादावुच्यते स्वाहा ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यकृतः पुरोदस्य नैषः अभ्यागं शूद्रोऽजायत स्वाहा चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखानिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणात् वायुरजायत स्वाहा नाभ्यासीदन्तरिक्षं शीर्ष्णोऽद्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यान्नो श्रोत्राय तदा लोकागम् अकल्पयन् स्वाहा वेदावेदं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु भारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा विवरन्यदासे स्वाहा कालाप्रस्ताद्यमुनाधार शक्रप्रविद्वान् मृगस्रस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृतयवति नान्यः पन्थायनाय विद्यते स्वाहा यज्ञेन यज्ञमयदन्तदेवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रमाण्यासन् देहनाकं महिमानस्य जन्मे यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः स्वाहा तस्य सम्भूतः पृथिव्ये सदास्य विश्वकर्मणः समस्तदादि तस्य त्वष्टा विदं भूतमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमायानमग्रे स्वाहा वेदावेदं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वानमृतयवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते स्वाहा प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य हीरा परिजानन्ति योनिं मरीचीनां फलमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्यः यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो ऋषाय ब्राह्मणे कृतं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे ब्रुवन् स्वाहा कस्यैव ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवाः सन्दशे श्रीश्वरे लक्ष्मीश्वरज्ञौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनो व्याहतम् इष्टं मनिषान अमुं मनिषान सर्वं मनिषान स्वाहा श्रीविष्णवे परमात्मने नमः ॐ भूस्वाहा अग्नये नमः ॐ भस्वाहा वायवे नमः ॐ सुरस्वा सूर्याय नमः ॐ भूस्वाहा जलाय नमः हिरण्यवर्णाभरणीं सुवर्णरजतस्य चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महास्वाहा यस्याभिरण्यं विन्देयं ज्ञानस्त्वं पुरुषाणां स्वाहा अष्टपूर्वामृतमस्यामस्तिनाथप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपक्कये श्रीर्मा देवीर्दशां स्वाहा कामो स्थितां हिरण्यप्राकारामार्द्रां जहन्तीं वृत्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपक्कये श्रियं स्वाहा चन्द्राशवासां यसाद्यवन्तीं श्रियं देवयुक्तामुरारां तां वर्धिनीं शरणं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मेण सदां स्वाहा आदित्यवर्णे तपसो विजातो मनस्पतिस्तवृक्षोदबिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुधन्मयान्तरायाक्षभाग्या लक्ष्मीः स्वाहा वैकुमां देवस्य कीर्तिश्च हरिनाथः राजघोषोऽस्मिरास्ते सिञ्जीर्तिमध्यं ददातु मे स्वाहा शक्तिमाता ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतं सर्वाणि मृतमेघात् स्वाहा स्वाहादर्शां नित्यपृष्ठां करीषीं ईश्वरीकं सर्वभूतानां ताम्योपक्वये श्रियं स्वाहा मनसकामूलिं भाषः सत्यमशीमहि पशूनां रूपमनस्य मयि श्रीश्रयामि स्वाहा कपटमेन प्रजाभूता मयि संगमकर्तमा श्रियं वासय मे गुरे मातरं पद्ममालिनीं स्वाहा पावश्यं दुःस्निग्धानि चित्तीतवसमे गृहे देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे गुरे स्वाहा आद्रां पुष्करीं पुष्टिं सुवर्णां ब्रह्माणीं पूजां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महास्वाहा आद्रां यज्ञरीं यस्मिं गणां पद्ममालिनीं चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं
लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः स्वाहा महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमपधामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यं रूपं गावो दास्यो स्वाहा विधेयमृगाणां स्वाहा ॐ महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी दैवे तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ श्रियै तन्नो ॐ भूमिर्भूम्ना योगरिणान्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थे देवी देवी मन्नाध्यायादे स्वाहा आयङ्गो पृष्ठचक्रमेरसन्नादनं पुनः वितरं च प्रयन्तु स्वाहा विरुक्षद्धा विराजिर्वान् पतङ्गाय श्रिये प्रत्यस्य वास्तु विश्वाहा अस्य प्राणादवानत्यन्तस्य विरोचना विद्यन्मैषस्वः यत्त्वाग्रद्धा प्रोपमिनायनवत्या सुकल्पमग्ने तत्त्वप्रस्यो धीमयामसि स्वाहा नित्येवन्निमलोत्तस्य पृथ्वीमदत्मसे आदित्या विश्वे तद्देवावसत्समाभरत् स्वाहा मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्यात्वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवर्चसत्रिनाक्षुरोद्रक्षक्षुर्मणः स्वाहा देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी देवी प्रसूपैः प्रसने सत्यायने सीद स्वाहा समुद्रवदे सावित्री मनो देवी मध्यङ्गी महेन्द्रणी महोपतिष्ठा स्वाहा शृङ्गे शृङ्गे यज्ञे यज्ञभीषणी इन्द्रपत्नी यामिनी सरसर्या वायुमते जलसेनी जयं धाराजा सत्यं धोमयते स्वाहा ॐ सोपरिरत्संज्ञाय विष्णुपत्नीं महीं देवीं माधवीं माधवप्रिया लक्ष्मीं प्रियसखी स्वाहा ॐ धराय विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा श्री भूदेवी नमः ॐ पुनर्समायेन्द्राय स्वाहा ॐ पंचन्याशिकाय स्वाहा ॐ गोमोदकेकदाय स्वाहा नंदगाय खड्गाय स्वाहा ॐ शार्गाय चापाय स्वाहा ॐ सुंदरभ्यै स्वाहा ॐ मुसलाय स्वाहा ॐ अनन्ताय स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा ॐ अक्षराजाय नमः ॐ अनन्ताय स्वाहा ॐ अनन्ताय स्वाहा ॐ अनन्ताय स्वाहा अनन्ताय नमः ॐ पद्माय स्वाहा ॐ मुसलाय स्वाहा ॐ सुंदरभ्यै स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा ॐ शिवं स्वाहा अक्षराजाय नमः ॐ स्वाहा ॐ भक्ता ॐ भक्ता ॐ भूतवस्वस्वा जावरेदं नमः वास्तवोपरे प्रजानि यस्मास्वा वेदोमनियोगानां यद्देवहे प्रैदन्नुरिषत्प्रश्चन्ने त्रिपदे शब्दपदे स्वा वास्तवोपरेदं नमः वास्तवोपरे सिग्मया सतसदाते सक्षेमहिर्मया गातुमत्याः आभक्षेमयो जीवन्नो युयुम्पासुस्त्रिस्वा स्वा वास्तवोपरेदं नमः वास्तवोपरे कथनोये दिगोर्यस्ते विन्दो जरासस्ते सख्ये स्याम विवेकपुत्रात्मनोनिषस्वस्वाहा वास्तवोपरेदं नमः ईभावास्तवोपरे विश्वारूपाण्या सखासुसेवयेहि स्वाहा वास्तवोपरेदं नमः ॐ भूस्वाहा ॐ भुवस्वा ॐ भुवस्वा ॐ भूर्भुवस्वा रामदेव नमः ॐ लक्ष्मीराय स्वाहा इंद्राय नमः ॐ ब्रह्मण्ये स्वाहा अग्नये नमः ॐ हव्यमाय स्वाहा यमाय नमः ॐ शक्तिर्नये स्वाहा शक्तिर्नये नमः ॐ प्रणवाय स्वाहा ॐ यमाय स्वाहा ॐ संभवाय स्वाहा ॐ शक्तिशानाय स्वाहा ॐ खं ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे सदावेदं नमः ॐ यत्र दोषमुद्यत्र सात्विज्ञातं केशवाय द्वादशं करिष्ये ॐ केशवाय स्वाहा केशवाय नमः ॐ नारायणाय स्वाहा नारायणाय नमः ॐ माधवाय स्वाहा माधवाय नमः ॐ गोविन्दाय स्वाहा गोविन्दाय नमः ॐ विष्णवे स्वाहा विष्णवे नमः ॐ मधुसूदनाय स्वाहा मधुसूदनाय नमः ॐ सवितृणाय स्वाहा सवितृणाय नमः ॐ वामनाय स्वाहा वामनाय नमः ॐ सिद्धराय स्वाहा सिद्धराय नमः ॐ ऋषिकेशाय स्वाहा ऋषिकेशाय नमः ॐ श्रीपद्मनाभाय स्वाहा पद्मनाभाय नमः ॐ स्वाहा अग्ने नमः ओम स्वाहा वायवे नमः ओम स्वाहा सूर्याय नमः ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा यावदेव नमः शिवोमकर्मणि अभिज्ञात प्राचित्रादित्ये अनाज्ञातं यदाज्ञातं यज्ञस्य क्रियते विदो अग्ने एतस्य कल्पय तहुं देवेन यथार्थस्य स्वाहा अग्ने नमः पुरुषसंहितो यज्ञो पुरुषसंहिता अग्ने एतस्य कल्पय तहुं देवेन यथार्थस्य स्वाहा अग्ने नमः यत्पाकब्राह्मणसायेन रक्षामयज्ञस्य मन्मथे अग्निस्तोतां प्रतिविज्ञानं यष्टो देवामृतो यज्ञस्वाहा अग्ने नमः ओम भूस्वाहा अग्ने नमः ओम स्वाहा वायवे नमः ओम स्वाहा सूर्याय नमः अस्मिन् होमकर्मण्यारम्भ प्रपदे दक्षिणपर्यन्तं मध्ये सम्भाव्य मन्त्रं सर्वं विधिपर्यासन्यूनादनेकप्रायश्चित्तात् सर्वप्रायश्चित्तागोष्ठामि ओम भूर्भुवस्वः प्रजापतेरं नमः विष्णवे परमात्मने नमः
We've now completed the homas. We made offerings to Vishnu, to Lakshmi, to Bhudevi, and to Sudarshana for the protection of the project. Obviously, Lakshmi we have invoked for financial aid to complete the project, Sudarshana to protect the project, and Varaha Avatara for the digging of the ground.
Rohan?
Stand up, please. Yajamana. तस्मिन् धर्मादपीठम् अर्परिकमलम् चापरग्राहिणीश्च विष्णुर्देवी भूषाजवर्णम् मार्गे वैदेयम् सेनेशम् द्वारपालान् कुमुगलान् विष्णुभक्तान् प्रपद्ये समस्तपरिवाराय सर्वमङ्गलविग्रहाय श्रीमते नारायणाय नमः आवाहिताभ्यो सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः वेदोक्तदिव्यमन्त्रपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि देवदेवोत्तमा देवता सर्वप्रजानायक चतुर्वेद प्रिया चतुर्वेदवदार्य हरि ओम अग्निमीन प्रोहितं दिव्यस्य देवं ओदान प्रसादानं हरि ओम चेतोदेतावस्तो वायवस्य देवोऽस्य विना कामैलस्य धर्माय कर्मणे हरि ओम आज्ञायाय हितये गृणामो हविदाय योदासस्य भविषि हरि ओम शन्नो देवी ऋषियावं तन्विते सेयो विश्ववन्तु हरि ओम हरि ओम
Yeah.
महित्वा उपस्थे देवे विधिमन्नादमन्ना ध्यायादधे आयङ्गो प्रतिदरञ्च प्रयन्सुवः त्रिगुंशद्धा विराजते वाक्पदङ्गादिप्रिये प्रत्यस्तवः Anybody want to put anything fine? You can put on namaskar.
Not Akpada. Not
There's a mic here below. All everything. Don't put anything on.
मेरे तुम कन्हैया मेरे तुम कान्हा हो, मेरे प्राणों में हो तुम बसे। हरि बोल, तुम्ही हो नंद किशोरा कृष्णा भी, तुम बिन जाऊं मैं ढूंढूं अब किसे। राधे 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 जप लो, मन अपना कृष्णा की भक्ति में रम लो, जो भी हो वो मन में अब तुम पालो। हरि बोल। कान्हा मेरा दीन है देने वाला, नट खट माखन चोर मत वाला, सारे आओ प्रेम से मिलके बोलो। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। झूमो नाचो गाओ भक्ति में रंग ये खोलो, राधा रानी करे सबका प्रभु के संग में हो लो। हरे कृष्ण सारे मिलके बोलो, मन के आपे खोलो, सारे मिलके बोलो।
ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरों को शीतल करे आप हो शीतल हो। ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे आप हो शीतल हो। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई, जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होए।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। झूमो नाचो गाओ